Guys, look at the little birdies. They're so cute.
I don't know if you can see them. Hope you can see them.
They're so adorable. Look at them. Oh my god. Little baby birdies. Chirp, chirp, motherfucker.
I don't really care if you cry. I don't really should've never lied. Should've saw.
Yeah.
Oh hey! Go go fidget spinner. Bam, 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 bam. Go go fidget spinner. I'm really sorry that. See, this is why I didn't buy a fidget spinner, because now I'm like addicted to the damn thing. I sat in my room last night for probably a good hour and a half or two just spinning the thing in my hand. Ah! What is going on, YouTube? It is Jacob bringing the 8th vlog to the channel. And I just want to start off by saying I cannot believe I'm already up to 8 vlogs. I know it's not a huge number, but for me personally, it's a pretty big milestone, because I never thought that I'd be up to 8 vlogs, almost to double digits. And then next thing you know, we'll be to like 20, and then 30, 40, 50, and then we could be to 500. Who knows? We'll see how far this thing goes. Today we're going to talk about this game. No, not this one. This one. We'll talk about this one later. Today I'm just going to talk about 5 reasons as to why I actually like Infinite Warfare, even though I don't really play it now. It wasn't very well preserved. If you might remember, the trailer for Infinite Warfare got over 2 million dislikes. That's 2 million dislikes. 2 million people did not want that thing to happen, which took it to the top 5 list of most disliked videos on YouTube, with Justin Bieber's Baby being number 1, which really doesn't surprise me. I mean, the song is complete ass. People don't really like this game, and I can understand why. But the one thing that a lot of people don't really, or didn't understand at the time of this, was that the idea for Infinite Warfare of, boost jumping, wall running, supply drops, it hurts me to say it, but all that was already in motion and in plan, and people were kind of going off the deep end with it, saying that, they're not listening to the fans. It's not that they're not listening, it's that, 1, it was already in production, and 2, when Advanced Warfare come out, that was the style of play, per se, is what was the so-called big thing. And so basically, they were already in production of a futuristic Call of Duty, and people were getting angry, saying they're not listening. And me personally, it's not them listening, it's just them doing what is in at the time. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they would have done another modernized Call of Duty, maybe people wouldn't have been so mad, but there's still going to be people saying, oh, this is just a copy and paste of your older Call of Duty titles, and we need something new. Well, they bring something new, and people still get mad. Welcome to the community of gaming we live in, where you don't please people in both directions. You make the same thing, they're mad about it. They want something different. You make something different, they get mad about it. They want to go back to the old thing. Make up your mind. I'm terribly, terribly sorry about seeming aggressive today. It is hot. I was actually going to do this vlog outside. I was actually going to go to Kennedy Park, which is not far from where I live, and do this vlog outside, but it is cooking. Boss Man is literally melting. And I should be used to this kind of, I was a July baby, which actually my birthday's coming up in 18 days. Sorry to promote myself like that. But yeah, I was totally going to do this outside, and no, Mother Nature ain't having it today. She don't want the Ginge vlogs outside. She wants them inside, apparently. She wants y'all to see my disgusting walls. Can't see me. Alright, that's not going to work. There's a goddamn tote in the way. Alright, well, I'm not going to hold up any more time, so we're going to get into the top 5 things, or the top 5 reasons as to why I personally like Infinite Warfare, even though I don't really play it that much. Sit back, relax, and I hope y'all enjoy. Please click that like. We're going to start off with the campaign of Infinite Warfare. Now, I had heard from a lot of people that even though they terribly disliked the multiplayer side of Infinite Warfare, they actually said the campaign was really good. So I personally myself tried it out, and I am a giant baby, so of course I played on Recruit just so I could blaze right through it. And actually, to my surprise, it was a really cool campaign. Whole different setting. I actually really liked how the grittiness it felt with, like, the colors. A lot of people, Treyarch, they like to make their games very colorful. Even back in World at War, yeah, it was a dark, gritty game, but it was still pretty bright and colorful. Infinity Ward, they like to do their games more of a, I don't want to say dim, but that's really the only word I can think of, is a dim look to it. But it's just to make it so you can kind of get drawn in to the effects of battle. And they actually did a really good job of that. And the fact of actually taking the fight to space. Now, I will talk about this idea later, probably towards the end of the vlog, but that actually for me was it was something fresh and new, so I really liked it. Because every COD, it's always been, on ground, on Earth, whether it was an older COD or newer COD, whether it was just boots on ground or wall running, advanced exosystems from Advanced Warfare. It was always like on Earth, and for them to take the campaign up to space, for the most part, I mean, there were still a few missions where you're back on Earth, but for the majority of it, I mean, you were in space, you were, taking the fight to different moons around the planets that had their own names, and it was really cool. Now, this is my thoughts personally. It was really cool to do something like that because, we've never had a Call of Duty where we go up to space. They have Halo, but that's Halo. Halo's always been like that since Halo 1. This is Call of Duty we're talking about. That's always been on the ground. Every Call of Duty up until Infinite Warfare. Now, I know some people would prefer it just to stay on ground, but me, I really liked it. It was very action-packed campaign. I'm not a very emotional guy, but there were some parts, especially towards the end of the campaign, it was just like, right in the feels, bro. Right in the feels. But other than that, yeah, it was a very good campaign. I really liked the end credits. You could actually hit certain buttons, and all the people, not every person, but kind of like the main characters below the main character, they had a little speech, and some of them were actually like, kind of hair raising, skin rate, or goosebumps. So they did a really, really good job of the campaign. From the other games, COD 4, MW2, MW3, I always loved the campaign. So I knew from the start had no doubt this would be a good campaign. The number 2 reason for why I like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, this is going to be very hypocritical of me to say, because I never really partook much in this, but the zombies mode on Infinite Warfare. Now, not going to lie, I haven't touched it ever since the game came out. Haven't touched it once. But a few of my friends have played it, and they really seem to enjoy it. And of course, I asked them why. What do you enjoy about it? Not to be a dickhole, but. And basically, from what they told me is that, number one, a lot of the stuff you get in the game can transfer over to multiplayer. So all the, I think you get keys in zombies. I apologize if I'm wrong. Like I said, I haven't played the zombies. I haven't even looked at the zombies. And I haven't even gone to the main menu of the zombies since the game came out. But they said a lot of the stuff you get will actually transfer over to multiplayer. So that is pretty cool. It's never been done before. So this game has done quite a bit that's never been done before. I know a lot of it probably seems like a copy and paste, but to actually have your stuff from zombies actually transfer over to multiplayer and and it works, that's actually a pretty cool thing. If it gives people an option, so if they're getting sick of the BS from multiplayer, they can just go play zombies, and they don't even have to play through the Easter egg. They can just run around and gun down zombies, and they still collect stuff, and they'll still transfer to multiplayer. So it's actually really cool, and it gives a lot of people another opportunity, because like I said, a lot of people, I know they're not very fond of multiplayer, but if you're down to play both, you want to play a little bit of multiplayer, then you want to go over and grind zombies with it, that's pretty cool. Another reason is I guess I would call it the theme of it. Past zombies like Treyarch zombies and even Advanced Warfare, it's always been I know it's supposed to be this way because it's a zombies game, but it's always been like a dark, horrific zombies. And like I said, I know it's supposed to be that way because it's zombies. But Infinity Ward kind of took a leap of faith, and they kind of made it almost, I hate to call it cartoonishy, but it's almost cartoonish in a way, but it's actually like it's something new and fresh, just like campaign, instead of, I mean, zombies has always been fun, but now the zombies on Infinite Warfare actually makes it a little more fun, I guess I would say, just because I mean, the names of the maps, like Spaceland, Raven the Redwoods, what's the new one called? I know what it is. Whatever, it'll come back to me. But just the fact that they kind of switched it up and made it almost cartoonish, made it, a comedy. It's basically like they just took a comedy and just matched it with zombies, and it gave you those. And so yeah, I think the overall idea of zombies on Infinite Warfare was a really good idea. Transferring things over, switching up the theme. It's a pretty good idea. It's something that's probably never been done before. And like I said, I apologize. My knowledge on zombies is very limited to none because I have not played zombies. This is all from stuff from people I have heard play it or other YouTubers who have played it. So overall, the idea for zombies was a really good idea. It basically gives people a chance to progress not only on zombies if they're a big zombie player, but also multiplayer too as well. So if they don't want to spend and waste hours and hours grinding on multiplayer, they can just go over to zombies and everything from there will transfer over to there. So no need to buy crypto keys or COD points. Crypto keys. That is Black Ops 3. We are talking about IW. Jesus Christ. The third reason why I like Infinite Warfare is the auto salvage. Now, what I mean by auto salvage is if we go back to Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, duplicates are annoying. I cannot tell you the number of times I've gotten duplicate after duplicate after duplicate. Namaste. And the fact that Infinity Ward, upon making Infinite Warfare, made it to where if you get a duplicate, it just automatically destroys it, and it gives you the extra parts, and I'll actually explain the extra parts later, is a really cool idea because yeah, there's been quite a few times where, say back in Advanced Warfare, I got the same knee pads like 10 times. 10 times, yeah. Although they did incorporate, you could, trade that in for XP, which was cool, but it's just the fact that, they implement all this new stuff, new weapons, and you want it so bad. And me personally, I would just grind for it, but some people are just too impatient and they just want it right away. But your chances of getting the new weapon or whatever is like none. It's basically none. They might as well just call it 0.00% because half the time I went to go attack the supply drops, and I will admit there have been maybe a couple times where I have spent my hard-earned money on COD points. Rip my bank account. And yeah, and out of all that, I maybe got 2 weapons, and I'm talking the 99.99, the 1,300 COD points, and I got 2. Yeah. So, with that being said, the auto salvage idea was a really good idea. If you get duplicates, it just automatically just gets rid of it, and it gives you the parts, which is good job, Infinity Ward. It was a really great idea. I'm so happy you did that. I wish the other games would have done that, but it probably wasn't thought of at the time, and then they said, hey, maybe we should just have it to where it just automatically gets rid of it. So, good job, Infinity Ward, for implementing that. That was a great idea, and I'm so happy you did that. Because if you didn't, I probably wouldn't have touched the game ever again because I would have a stockpile inventory of the same stuff over and over and over again. Fourth reason to why I like Infinite Warfare. Now, this is actually going to hurt me to say this, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of heat for it, but the supply drops, and what I mean by that is the actual how the system works. Now, Advanced Warfare was the first one to start the whole supply drop system, and just like, you know, this game and the previous one, Black Ops 3, it was all cosmetic only at first, and then they started throwing in weapons. Very, 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 very powerful weapons. And I can't tell you the pain I felt when I would be getting murked on by a rank 10 no prestige with about 27 Obsidian Steed. It hurt a lot. So much to the point that it drove me away to stop playing Advanced Warfare. Believe it or not, I used to go hard on that game, but stopped after a while. But getting off topic, we're not talking about that game. What I mean by the supply drop system is, now of course, Infinite Warfare did the same thing, cosmetics first, and then they started putting in these super duper OP weapons. But can't complain, beat a dead horse, so we're just gonna stay away from that. What's cool about it is that yes, of course, you do, if you know, you can get certain weapons in the supply drop system, but what's also cool about it is you can actually also purchase them through the salvage you get. Like I said, it goes back to the auto salvage. You just continuously grind those keys, you get a duplicate, it burns it up, gives you the salvage parts, and then you just save them up, and then you can buy that, you know, that rare or epic or legendary weapon type. I'm pretty sure the most popular one is the NV4 Fallout. That that weapon. Oh boy. But I do like that idea that it gives you more than one option to get something. The previous two titles, it was just supply drop or get out, you know. And with the success rate of getting a new weapon in Black Ops 3 being very, very low, I think it was like a 0.8 or a 0.7. Now, Advanced Warfare was 0.10, but still, even then, it was difficult. But Infinite Warfare did it right. You know, you could get it out of a supply drop, but if you just saved up all your salvage parts, you could buy it that way. Or you can complete contracts. They're doing that now, which I actually like the contracts. You can get gear, you can get, you know, tons of XP. I mean, there's multiple ways you can get weapons, and that's what I like about this game. Now, I know Black Ops 3 did the whole they're doing the contracts thing too. Totally understand that, but it's still the fact that on both 3, the only way to get a new weapon when they drop it is through a supply drop, and that is it. It's strictly it. You can't. I mean, you can get the weapons bribe, sure, but like I said, you have to grind for that too. But Infinity War did it right. Honestly, in all honesty, the number of salvage parts you need for the new weapons, they're really not that bad. I mean, I think they go up to like thousands. There's maybe 2,000, I'm not sure, but it's really not that bad. I mean, if you're a hardcore Infinite Warfare player, you'll probably have no problem getting to those new weapons. But yeah, the supply drop system, I believe they did it right, and that's my personal opinion. I've heard other people say they like it too, but this is all just my personal opinion. I think it was done right this time. Although I hate it. I hate the supply drop system with a passion because it's stealing money from people. But like I said, beating a dead horse, can't do much about it. So, but yeah, supply drop system was done right. And the fifth and final reason as to why I like Infinite Warfare is the fact that they brought classical weapons from previous Modern Warfare titles into this game. And to get them, it's simple. You just prestige and you get a classic weapon token. Boom, unlocked. And when I first heard about this, I was a bit worried because I was like, okay, cool. They're going to put classical weapons from the previous Modern Warfare titles into this game. But I was afraid that they were going to make them supply drop only, or you could buy them, you know, from the quartermaster. And it kind of scared me a little bit because me personally, I love the Modern Warfare titles. You know, the SPAS 12, the Intervention, and the G18, and all those. And I was happy at first, but I was worried because I thought they were going to make it where you basically had to pay to get them. But when I found out that they were just you prestige, you get a classic weapon token, you can unlock it right there. That's all you need to do. I was actually really relieved because I love the weapons from Modern Warfare 2, and they even have some in the game now. I think they have maybe one or two that are futuristic. They have the Model 2187s, which are the Model 1887s. Very toxic, powerful shotgun, but it's very good. And the also reason why I like that classical weapons are being put in this game because it kind of gives it like that classical Call of Duty feel with a little bit of futuristic in it. But I mean, all the weapons in there, they were fan favorites of the older games, and just to bring them into a newer game was really nice, just to give us all a little bit of that nostalgic feeling. I mean, if you're like me, a lot of those weapons on there I ran playing the older Modern Warfares, the Intervention, which I think is the TF-141, the Spaz 12, the G18. They put the M1 Garand in there too, which, I mean, a little kind of about it, but, you know, it's whatever. I mean, it is what it is. And it was a good feeling, really, because I knew we were getting a futuristic Call of Duty from the start after Black Ops 3. I knew it was going to happen. And for them just to implement classic weapons in there, it actually kind of made me feel good because it's like, you know, they say I get sick of using these futuristic weapons, or, I mean, yes, they have ballistic weapons in there besides, you know, energy weapons, but, I mean, just to be able to go back and just to use a classic weapon, because me, I don't have my 360 anymore. I was dumb and sold it. Now I really feel like an idiot, but it's done is done, and I can't go back and, you know, play those Call of Duties unless they bring them to backwards compatible. But other than that, I'm kind of SOL. But now they have these classic weapons in here from the other Modern Warfares. It kind of makes it a little bit better. You know, it gives me like, you know, okay, yeah, I am playing a futuristic Call of Duty, but now I can use these weapons in this game. So all in all, I think that was a really good, cool idea. Now I know Black Ops 3 did it too, which is also a cool idea, but, you know, as I was a fan, or excuse me, I am a fan of Treyarch, I'm also a fan of Infinity Ward, so I am happy that I got to use some classical weapons in this game, so, yeah, that was a good job on that. And the final thought over Infinite Warfare. Now, I'm going to try to make this really quick. It's going to be a little bit long, hopefully not too long, but, my personal opinion, I kind of think people are looking at this game the wrong way. So let's take it back. Let's take it way, way back to the first ever Call of Duty. First ever Call of Duty, World War II. It basically described to us, in its shortest version possible, how wars were fought, or how battles were fought, I should say, during World War II. The weapons we used, the vehicles we used, who we fought against, different tactics of battle, and the same goes for the Modern Warfare series and Ghost 2 a little bit in a way. It basically showed how battles were fought in modern day. Like I said before, weapons we used, vehicles, tactics, you name it, who we were fighting. So what I mean by all this is, let's take it back to Advanced Warfare with the introduction to the EXO movement system. It was a brand new thing, brand new futuristic thing. So if we think about it, there could be a possibility that we will be fighting wars like with that system. We could be, you know, boosting around. We could be getting advantage over the enemy, and then go to Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare with wall running. There could be a time. I mean, if you think about it, we're very technologically advanced right now. Me personally, I think we're a little bit too ahead, but I mean, and everything is advancing, including warfare tactics. And with Infinite Warfare, I mean, if you think about it, there could be a time that we could be fighting wars in space. I'm just saying. So I just wanted to give that little spiel. That was my idea. I actually talked to a buddy of mine. I didn't actually tell him exactly. Well, I guess I kind of did, but we were sitting outside. I just kind of, just brought up. I was like, if you think about it, all these wars we fought in, they've always been on land. And I kind of looked at it and I said, there could be a time that we'd be fighting war in space. And I kind of think that's what Infinite Warfare kind of gives that idea of is, like I said, we're always, advancing in technology, whether it's vehicle technology or, just average living technology. But I mean, we're also very advanced, and we're also advancing way ahead. And when it comes to military tactics and advantages in warfare, and just with the system it's using, the movement system, I believe that could be a legitimate system that we use, in the future for warfare. Now, I'm not talking it's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years. I mean, it could be 20, 30. I could be dead before it happens, I mean, it's just something to think about, really. So I'm not sitting here to say, give Infinite Warfare a second chance. I'm pretty sure you've given it second, third, fourth, fifth chances, and you're probably just sick of it. I'm just kind of saying, try and look at it from a different perspective. Not forcing you to. I mean, this is all opinion-based, but just look at it in a different way. Look at it that way. Look at it as in, maybe one day we could be in space with, the Jackals going at speeds of light, when we could have naval fleets in space. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Like I said, will it happen? Maybe not. I mean, I'm just throwing stuff out there, but it is a possibility that it could happen. I just mean, long story short, nothing's impossible. It could happen one day. I mean, would it be cool to see? Maybe. Would I want that to happen? Absolutely not. But I don't control stuff like that, so I guess we'll just have to see. That is it, guys. That is the 8th vlog of the channel. My top 5 reasons of why I like Infinite Warfare, even though I really don't play the game that much. It can be a fun game sometimes. It can be a stressful thing that you just want to rip your ears off and scream till you bleed out the mouth. But like I said, it can be fun sometimes. I mean, I've had my good moments on there. I'm pretty sure we've all had our good moments on this game where we just clap the cheeks. I like that saying. Clap the cheeks. Don't take it. I'll copyright you real quick. So much for taking time on your day to watch this vlog. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me, what do you think? Do you still like Infinite Warfare, and do you still play it? Do you agree with what I have to say? Do you disagree? If you disagree or agree, please tell me why down below. I am completely open to all opinions, to all discussions. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe button, okay? Please. It helps me very well. This is Jacob, signing off. Mwah, mwah. Peace out.